Alright, so for this video, I'm going to walk you through Plex. I'll try to keep this short for you. Uh, First off, you're always going to come to home. Continue watching. This may not be just things you've been watching, since a lot of people have to share an account until we can figure out how to get around Plex's 100. We have some ideas, and as soon as we know that they work, I will be pushing out a video for that. But this is your continue watching. Recently added 80s, 90s, and classics, kids movies, Hallmark Lifetime, G Drive 4K movies, and then so this is your regular movies. This is anything 2000 and newer. So it usually will come up to recommended, and so you can see this is continue watching in this area. And as you can see, there's an Addams Family value there that doesn't belong, that belongs in the 90s section. So if you ever see things like that, please let me know so that I can get, sometimes they get placed in the wrong folders on the cloud server. Recently released, recently added playlists, which are basically you can create favorites, top movies, and thriller. And each time this will be all different. The bottom part will be. So this is your library. If you click on all, and this goes for any section. The differences in TV I'll show you. You can't do decade. TV shows are by year. But here you can do genre, year, decade, content, collection. Movies, the center button, you don't need to ever, that only goes by folder, which we don't do, so you don't need to worry about that. Here we can sort by title, up or down, Z to A or A to Z, year, release date, critic rating, etc. You can go through. And if you want to watch a movie, so you wanted to watch Too Fast, Too Furious, it's going to come up. And we're actually, one thing we're working on, you saw it took a few seconds for that to pop up. We are planning on moving to well, nothing will change on your end, but we're moving to solid state drives on the server rather than hard drive. And with a library the size of ours, that will be instant pop up there instead of taking a few seconds. So you want to play it, you just click on play. And there you go. Here's your cast. And here's the Rotten Tomatoes, the Fast and Furious collection. And more with Paul Walker, Tyrese Gibson. And so you can scroll through here again. And now you saw I said Fast and Furious collection. If you come over to collections, you'll see like we have all the American Pies, the American Pie spinoffs, the Avengers collection. And Plex does this automatically. For the most part, there are some collections that we put together based on things. But this works really nice because, so if you wanted to see, especially like Avengers or something where there's a lot of movies and they're not all titled Avengers, that includes the Captain America and all the others and so forth. It only has the 4, but we customers have asked, and so we are going to put all the Avengers movies, even like all the Iron Mans, the Captain Americas, Thors, all in the collection together, as well as all the Thors are in their own collection. So here's the Batman, the Beach Party, and so forth. So you get the idea of kind of how that works. And there was the Captain America. And again, the Beach Party movies, those are 60s. They belong in this section. So you see every once in a while things get out. So if you're looking for something and you're browsing and you don't see it, you can always try a voice search. Back to the beach. And if it doesn't show up, then send me an email and let me know what you're looking for and we'll get it added. if there is a movie where there's been several movies of the same name, if you can tell me the year, that helps tremendously so that we don't end up adding the wrong version that you're looking for. And of course, there are podcasts you can listen to on here as well that you can search for. But that's basically, and oh, let me show you the Rock. Oh, I guess I always thought he was called The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. Now you're going to see movies he's been in. You can just click on actor. And so then you're going to see movies, the 4K section, kids' movies. And you notice it didn't show classics. So that's because he's not been in any classic movies. So here's Baywatch and so forth. So there's the movies. And again, you just click and play. So let me go show you TV shows really quick. I promise to try and keep this shorter. You're not really going to see too many collections in TV. There are a couple, I believe, but in recommended here, so you can see continue watching, recently added, etc. In library, if you click on all, rather than having, you have to search by year. You can't do decade. And then here, we have network. So this would be if you wanted to see stuff from Netflix or CBS All Access, or which is now Paramount Plus, etc. And I'm actually that's the next thing I'm going to be working on between now and the next show I have over the next couple of weeks, is putting like all the Netflix series together, all the Hulu, and then they will start showing up in collections. Just a little bit easier for you guys to search, rather than having to come into all and then come down to network and then, scroll down. It doesn't, it only takes a couple of seconds. But it's just another way we want to make things easier for you. The only thing I can say in Plex, keep in mind you can click on this 3 dots over to the side of anything and unpin. So if it's something like if you don't watch stand-up comedy and you don't want it on your sidebar, and you don't want it to show up in your home screen there, click unpin. You can always add it back later if you so desire, but it will move it into the more section and it's not on your main home screen. Reorder just allows you to move it up and down, and then you'll just hit the back button whenever you're done, hit the back button if you I don't really want to move that. Hit the center button when you're done to actually move it. And there's music. There is live TV on Plex. It's live TV, so self-explanatory. Sometimes it takes a second for their guide to load. And again, this is all to do with Plex. We don't have anything to do with the live TV in here. There's a bunch of stuff. Some of it's kind of cool. I've got customers that like it. There's some music video channels in there as well. So if you like having music videos on, there's 90s, new decade, 90s, 80s, 70s, etc. So the only really thing in settings, play theme music. If you don't like the theme music to play every time you launch a TV show, you can turn that off. And you'll see you can turn it off and on. You'll see the difference. This should all stay the same. Make sure your remote streaming under video quality should be maximum for the most part. The only time you want this changed is if you go to a hotel or you travel and you need your internet speed can't handle full quality. You can turn this down. You can go I wouldn't even 20 megabyte isn't going to even 12 or 8 or 4, and sometimes I have to set it for 8 or 4 at certain hotels. And it's just something you can do, but otherwise, and then you can change it back whenever you get back home. But that's pretty much it for Plex. And again, if you have a question on the live TV or Plex, either one, let me know, and I will make a special video on just that particular thing showing you how to do that.